accomplished knockout fighters. Is this fight going to be a slugfest, or you reference Andre Ward? Are you going to do some of those tactics that you saw Ward do to neutralize Gennadi's power?
You never know. You never know. The first round is always kind of like a fill out round. Although I've had a lot of first round knockouts and I've had a lot of weird.
He's had some serious feel out rounds.
Yeah, like it's crazy. You can't say anything can happen. I mean, it's not basketball, it's not football where you kind of know what to expect. One punch can change everything, and one situation can change everything. We just never know. Someone can get cut. You never know. Anything can happen. I'm just, like I said, as long as I'm prepared to overcome and adapt if need be, then that's what we're going to do.
When you say anything could happen, it's boxing, and he is obviously a dangerous fighter. Does that do anything to you in terms of like psychologically to have like your son at ringside, like he is usually there? Do you do anything different?
I mean, I've thought about it in the past. You know, this is a brutal sport, and obviously you don't like to see your son see you get hit. But I did give it a lot of thought, and I'm gonna let my son ride out with me. My son has been there from the very start of my career. He's always supported me. He knows that this is a brutal sport, and he knows why I'm fighting. So for him to see Daddy get hit, or for him, God forbid, for him to see Daddy go down, he's just going to understand why I'm doing it, and I'm doing it solely for him and my family. So yeah, he's going to be there to support. I'm going to look out and I'm going to see him. Well, no, I don't want to see him. I don't think I want to see him.
Well, you guys have to realize
I might not want to see him.
His son is his biggest fan and his worst critic, embodied in the same human being. It's unbelievable, but he really is, and he's so focused about it. He probably say, "You made that mistake because." That's the nature of me.
He always tells me about myself, but it's just saying that he's a big boxing fan. So for me to not allow him to be at this fight, it's injustice. You know, I gotta let my son come. It's the biggest.
How does he critique you? What does he say?
Well, Daddy, you gotta watch out for his power. He can hit, but you can move. You gotta box him. You gotta move around. He's cute. He's the most adorable kid.
Do you
but
pay
he
him
knows stuff.
10%?
Huh?
No, he gets 90%.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me about it.
Have you said to him expressly, if Daddy gets knocked down, Daddy going to be okay? Have you had that, or
no,
you don't say that?
Not. We don't even bring those things into existence.
Yeah.
You know, Daddy got a job to do, and whatever happens, that's just what it is. We don't talk about if this happens, if Daddy gets hurt. So no, we don't talk about that because I'm not looking forward to getting hurt. I'm not looking forward for any of those things. I'm looking forward to being successful any way I can get it. But at the same time, we still know that this is boxing, and we still know that things happen. So.
Yeah, you remember which fight he was most critical of? Do you remember anything?
The Sergio Mora fight when I got
we were all most critical of that battle.
Yeah, the first Sergio Mora fight. He told me about myself more than this guy. So it was the cutest thing ever, but it actually made sense. It made sense. He said, "Daddy, you can't go in there rushing and hitting the guy even though he's hurt." So you're right, son. Because from a kid, from an amateur boxer, I've always learned that when a guy is hurt, he's the most dangerous. So, I just learned another thing from a kid.
He certainly did.
You said he's a boxing fan. Is he a Triple G fan?
He is a Triple G fan. He likes Triple G. We're not biased. I'm a Triple G fan. So it's like, just because we're in the same weight class, I don't like to see you fight, or I don't want to, watch you against other guys. I've watched him his whole career. He's a great fighter. He has an exciting style. A lot of people like knockouts. I'm more of the sweet science type of guy, and I love knockouts. But, you can never go wrong with watching a guy like that. So, we're fans, but come March 18th, it's going to be a totally different story.
Obviously, you have a lot of respect for him, and I've never seen you really trash talk anyone. Even though with Sergio Mora got a little kind of chippy. Is he the fighter that you've shown like the most respect to?
There's no way that I can show the most respect. I show the same level of respect to each and every individual that I fight. The only reason why the second Sergio Mora kind of got out of hand was because of the tactics that he used to get the rematch. He used trash talking, saying dirt on my name and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I got under my skin. But every other opponent besides that, I've showed the same amount of respect to. There's no higher respect because of who you are. There's no higher respect because of what you bring to the table. It's the same amount of respect.
You mentioned earlier Golovkin's ability to cut off the ring from his opponents. How do you avoid that? How do you stay out of that trap?
You have to find out. I mean, that's just simple. You know, you're just gonna have to see come fight night. If I tell you now, they're probably gonna be working on it. Probably, you know. But at the same time, I just feel like when you have a pressure fighter, there's ways to get around certain things. When you fight a southpaw, there's ways to get around that. Throw the right hand. When you fight an orthodox or slick, speedy fighter, there's ways to get around it. So there's certain styles for different other styles, and I think if we can have a really great camp, which I'm sure we will, and I can be in the best shape, I just think it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to hearing the crowd scream and punch. Like, I'm looking forward to that. I've always wanted. I just like watching highlight films of myself. Like, I like going to YouTube and I like seeing all these different things, and I really haven't had a lot of it because I've been knocking a lot of guys out. So I'm looking forward to, but don't get me wrong, Andre, sorry, if I can get, my trainer always says you don't get paid for overtime.
Don't get paid for overtime.
So I understand that.
If he had 30 first-round knockouts, I would be a very happy individual.
But it's just, you know, I just look forward to, you know, having this might be the pinnacle of my career. Have someone I can look back on and say, I gave it my all. It was one hell of a fight. That's what I really look forward to.
How confident are you in your ability to fight any kind of fight?
Well, the kind of fight that I'm going to fight, and the plan B and plan C that we're going to have in place as well.